Start a fucking riot.
Now I totally understand why big creators don't speak out on big issues, because no matter how right your point is, it's always wrong somehow. In that video, I said that white people can't say the N-word with the hard R, and people rushed to the comments to disregard the rest of what I was saying to say, well, they can't say the N-word either. Yeah, no shit. I didn't think I had to spell that one out for you. It's kind of a given. In another video, I say horchata correctly, and I had people saying, it's horchata for you, whitey. I'm sorry, do you want me to whitewash the word, or do you want me to pronounce a Spanish word properly? My bad. And people are saying, well, I'm white and I've been called the N-word. I can't say the word. I said derogatory connotation. You have to listen to what I'm saying before you comment. Watch the whole thing. And if you don't know what a word means, instead of just assuming that I'm wrong, go look it up. It makes people not want to speak out against big issues, because no matter how right you are always wrong in someone's eyes. There are things that are being argued about that should be fucking, like, known. It's bad.
Make a girl go crazy. I like big boys, itty bitty boys, Mississippi boys, and the city boys. I like the pretty boys with the bow tie. Get your nails did, let it blow dry. I like a big beard, I like a clean face. I don't discriminate, come and get a taste. From the playboys to the gay boys. Go and slay boys, you my fave boys.
So by now you've heard that Trump told Bob Woodward this.
It's also more deadly than your strenuous flus. I wanted to always play it down. I still like playing it down.
Yes, sir.
Because I don't want to create a panic.
So he downplayed the virus.
The president never downplayed the virus.
I'm not going to argue with you, Kaylee. Now, what effect did this downplaying have on his supporters?
There's no COVID. It's a fake pandemic created to destroy the United States of America.
Consider Operation Downplay the Global Pandemic a stunning success, but did he avoid panic? That's a little panicky. Let's call that consternation. Oh, Chad. So a man that ran a fake university, scammed veterans, and stole money from a children's cancer charity lied to us about a global pandemic? Shocking.
Let's talk about abortion. Sorry, tell me how this works. Bacteria is life on Mars, but a heartbeat isn't life on Earth? Weird.
The only thing that bacteria on Mars and a heartbeat have in common is the fact that once delivered to Earth, you will be in severe financial debt. Taxonomy is a branch of science concerned with classification. At the very top, you have species and genus. At the very bottom, you've got organisms with the least amount in common. Guess how far down you have to go to find something in common between bacteria and humans? It's all the way at the bottom, because they don't even share the same domain. You see, there's 3 domains. There's bacteria, archaea, and eukaryotes. Bacteria are single-celled organisms, which means that there only needs to be one cell for it to be considered life. But humans belong in the eukaryote domain, which means that they have to be multicellular. In fact, they have to be an entire functioning organism. But a heart is a part of an organism, not an organism itself, and that is why a heartbeat does not equal life.
After 3 days in the hospital, Trump returned to the White House, highly contagious, took off his mask before entering, actively spewing millions of particles of virus everywhere, endangering the entire staff, some of whom will probably get sick and maybe die. Then shot and released a propaganda video looking like weak, wheezy Mussolini, urging Americans to not let COVID dominate them. The White House has decided not to contact trace guests at the super spreader event in the Rose Garden for his Handmaid's Tale Supreme Court nominee, because, you wouldn't want to know who's actually sick or spreading it more, would you? Judges Thomas and Alito want to reconsider the 2015 case legalizing same-sex marriage, saying it impedes religious freedoms. Goddamn, fuck you religious bigots. Can't you just mind your own goddamn business? This is why we have to vote, kids. I wonder what's gonna happen tomorrow.
Does anyone else feel like the Trump supporters are just kind of flailing right now? I have been getting more hate comments and more hate videos from Trump supporters now than ever. And I think it's because they're experiencing a certain level of cognitive dissonance. Like, they still love Trump, they're still voting for Trump, but he has let them down in every possible way these past few weeks. Like when he was asked about white supremacy, I think they expected him to just be like, of course white supremacy is wrong, of course I condemn it. But that he didn't do that. With coronavirus, I think they were really convinced it was a hoax, and then Donald Trump got it and is now hospitalized for it. They thought Trump loves our troops. Then, after finding out Trump ignored the bounty put on American troops' heads, several of Trump's staffers come out and say that he called fallen soldiers losers. They thought he was an ethical and hardworking businessman, and then they found out he's been losing money and not paying taxes. Before the pandemic, when all failed, they could say, well, look at the economy. The economy's better than it's ever been. And now the economy is in the shitter. They've been more aggressive than ever because now they're on the defense. As much as they're trying to convince you that Trump is a great president, they're trying to convince themselves because for the first time, they are doubting it.
Holy fucking shit. One of the stupidest comments anybody can make about the Trump presidency is the low unemployment rate. If a Trump supporter ever brings up the unemployment rate was the lowest it's ever been, or the black unemployment rate, or the Hispanic unemployment rate was the lowest it's ever been, first ask them what policy did Trump implement to create that and watch them absolutely stutter and fail. And then next, ask them how trends work. This is the US Bureau of Labor Statistics. This is the unemployment rate. That is when Trump got in office. This was all Obama, dude. Please tell me how Trump gets credit for a trend that happened all during this time. Trump didn't do shit for the economy, and no Trump supporter can give you adequate evidence that he did.
From a very young age, I was shown pictures of my grandparents at Klan meetings, told about stories of my mother being at Klan marches, and there was Klan memorabilia around our house. And despite this racist rhetoric being shoved down my throat from the moment I could understand language, I disagreed. I fought it, and I questioned it. And as I grew up, my beliefs only became stronger. I married an Iraqi Muslim, and I heard that my mother said that he was going to throw acid on me the first time he got mad. My stepfather showed up to my wedding with a Trump sticker on his car, and yet I still denounced it. I started denouncing white supremacy at 10 years old to my mother, and the president couldn't do it in a debate. Let that sink in.
Okay, first off, because my mom watches my videos, I'm going to start off by saying I do not wish harm on anyone. But there is something about Trump and all of these Republican senators getting the coronavirus. When people who are properly social distancing just happen to get the coronavirus by pure bad luck, that is a tragedy. When someone consistently denies the coronavirus and holds events with no masks that are so obviously going to be super spreader events, that's not a tragedy. If someone was standing at the edge of a cliff and I said, oh, don't jump off that cliff, you're going to die. And they say, nope, there's no cliff, you're dumb. There's no cliff, you're so dumb. And then they jump off and then they die. Yeah, it's sad, but we literally warned them exactly what was going to happen, and then it happened. That is why it's hard for me to feel bad for Donald Trump.
You know you got everybody looking. Got a little boom in my big truck. Gonna open up the doors and turn it up. Gonna stomp my boots in the Georgia mud. Gonna watch you make me fall in love. Get up on the hood of my daddy's tractor. Up on the toolbox, it don't matter. Down on the tailgate, girl, I can't wait to watch you do your thing. Shake it for the young bucks sitting in the honky tonks. For the rednecks rocking till the break of dawn. The DJ spinning that country song, come on.
You work for us. You work for us. You stay going. Fucking curfew, yeah, you asshole. No matter what your skin color is, if your heart's full of love, look on the left and right of you and say, I love you right now. I love you. because love overpowers hate.
Women can't win. They will always be outsmarted and outmuscled.
Power. I'm invincible. Yeah, I win every single game. I'm so powerful. I don't need batteries to play. I'm so confident. Yeah, I'm unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. Unstoppable today. I'm unstoppable today.
Okay. Why do you say fuck Trump? What don't you have to what do you have against Trump?
I don't like his handlement in the Middle East. I don't like his foreign policy in the Middle East. I don't like his handlement of the healthcare and poverty crisis in America, and his COVID response was just terrible.
Okay, so would you say Biden would be a better suitable president?
Yeah, I would.
Also, what hits you about Biden that just makes you really presentable about him?
I support the Economic Expansion Act and ending the trade war with China, and I support taking troops out of the Middle East and ending the meaningless wars in Iraq and Syria.
Okay, but what about the taxes he's raising? What do you think about that?
I'm okay with that.
You're okay with making the rich richer and the lower class poor?
Yeah, because when Joe Biden says, let's tax the corporations who are making billions of dollars off American workers, he definitely wants the rich to get richer, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's what taxes are.
Y'all need to look at this because this is not in the news. There's been a media block for this. To my friends across the world, I need to tell everyone that in Louisville, Kentucky, we are under military occupation. We are besieged. Downtown is barricaded by National Guard, Kentucky State Police, FBI, DHS, LMPD, and secretive feds. We are under 24-hour surveillance. Helicopters have been flying over us, continuously flashing their lights into our homes. There are checkpoints across the city. There are military tanks, armed white supremacist militias as well. All kinds of militaristic devices were employed. We have a 9 p.m. curfew. Cops are searching for a legal warrant to storm into the church and arrest folks seeking refuge from them. Hundreds of people have been arrested simply for exclaiming justice for Breonna Taylor. They've been slapping charges on numerous protesters, including our state representative Attica Scott, who is the author of Breonna's Law, Shamika L. Parrish Wright, the leader of the Bail Project, Donna Green, who leads